Johnny Rock Show, Rockin' 101, the Rock Station.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Here we go. On the phone from L.A., Diedrich Bader. Welcome back to the Johnny Rock Show. Is it Bader? Is that Irish?
Bader is so Irish, yeah. Diedrich is a super Irish name, too.
Okay.
No, it's pretty, I'm a crowd. I don't know if we celebrate any German holidays, but yeah, it's I'm not Irish. Although I was told I had a little bit of Irish, and then when I went there, I was like, the Carasees. And they were like, Carasee is not an Irish name.
Wow. Well, everybody's Irish today, so happy St. Patrick's Day.
Sure.
Diedrich Bader calling from L.A. Tony
Thank
in the
you.
new, yes.
Everybody's Irish or a snake. I don't know which one I am.
Oh, wow. You're on fire, baby. The new comedy drama. You play Tony in Lucky Hank. Premieres Sunday at 8 p.m. Central on AMC. Boy, there's no keeping you down. You just go from one great project to another. Tell me about Lucky Hank from the Lucky Diedrich.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say. I'm going to knock on wood. I don't want to, on the day of the Irish, ruin my luck. Yeah, Lucky Hank is based on a book by Richard Russo. It stars Bob Odenkirk, who is like the most fabulous guy in the world. He was the star of Better Call Saul, people might remember. Before that, he was a writer on Mr. Show, also SNL, and the Ben Stiller Show. He did a great action movie called Mr. Nobody. Anyway, he is, or Nobody, I think it's called, not Mr. Nobody. Anyway, he's the nicest guy, and this is his story, where he plays a college professor in a small town, and because it's kind of about the way he perceives himself too. He feels like it's a dead end job, and that he's in a dead end town teaching, mediocre students. He calls it the bastion of mediocrity, and it's about his struggle with the way that he sees himself, and the way other people see him is, of course, like as a father or as a husband or as a friend. But the way he perceives himself is as a failure, and it is also very funny. Because Bob's great with a joke.
Well, you had me at Mr. Show. Do you remember that I'm sure everyone remembers Mr. Show if they're of a certain age.
Oh, I was a big fan, actually, yeah. So when I first met Bob, I totally fanboyed on him. It was a little embarrassing.
I love the one where the kid is all into, is basically Metallica, Enter Sandman, and he's like a head in a hospital bed because he set himself on fire or something. I don't know, but... You know what I'm talking about. Wow.
Oh, yeah, totally. That's one thing that Mr. Show was able to do, is really go out there. It was a very surreal show, and Bob's sense of humor is very odd. And that's one thing that they really exploit in the show, is just his absurdity. He did a lot of punch up of his own jokes, so you're really gonna. It's a truly Bob Odenkirk show. So if you like Bob Odenkirk, this is going to be your jam.
We're talking to Diedrich Bader from the new comedy drama Lucky Hank. Premieres Sunday at 8 Central on AMC. Now, as a young actor, one is lucky if they even get a job, let alone, and it wasn't a big part, but a part in a movie that to this day we're all, watching, I would say at least twice a year, The Office Space. Any memories of making that? Did you say, oh, this is going to be a cult classic from the start, or did you just think it was another movie?
I thought it was the funniest script I've ever, read, other than Napoleon Dynamite. And when I got there, the art direction was so perfect. His Ron Livingston's apartment really looked like a single guy's apartment. And then meeting Mike, such a nice guy, and really knew a joke, and we kind of refashioned a couple of jokes together. That was super fun, and. Yeah, it was a different experience. Then, when it came out, I wasn't able to go to opening night because it was on, or the premiere, I should say, because it was on a Tuesday night, and that's when we shot Drew Carey Show, which I was on at the time. So I went opening weekend with my wife, Saturday night. The big theater here at that time, anyway, was AMC Century 14. We went, and when my wife and I went to dinner, and then we went after dinner, and we went into the theater, and there was only one other guy in there. And then about 5 minutes in, he left. So it was just my wife and myself sitting in the theater by ourselves. And it was absolutely, like, existentially depressing because I was like, oh, my God, I love this movie so much.
Yeah.
No one is seeing this movie. And then I didn't see it for another 10 years. I saw it at Austin at the South by Southwest Film Festival. South by Southwest Festival. Anyway, they had a 10-year anniversary. And then, you know, they were doing this 10-year anniversary screening, and people bought tickets, and it was like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. People knew every line, and the laughter just cascaded off the off the screen and bounced back, and it was just a beautiful journey. But you can never think about like how an audience is going, if it's going to like it or not. It's not really up to you, because there's so many things out of your control as an actor. All you can do is just go by the script, and if it's good, it's good. And this show, Bob's show, Lucky Hank, is that. It's a great, funny, dramatic, beautiful script. It's probably the best show I've ever been in.
Man, Lucky Hank premieres Sunday at 8 p.m. Central on AMC. Diedrich Bader. You know, I'm such a cad. What I would have done if I had a date at a movie screening, I would have said, and only one person was there and they left, I would have said, honey, I bought us a private screening for the new film. Just you and me. Yes, but that's just me.
That would have worked.
Yeah, well, and you were in Napoleon Dynamite. We'll talk about that next time. Man, we could go on.
I'd love to be back. Thank you very much for having me on.
We'll do a podcast. No, maybe not. Diedrich Bader, happy St. Patty's Day, sir.
Thank you, my friend.
There he goes. What a nice guy. Very Irish of it. Hello? Oh. I got hung up on by Diedrich Bader. Ian Begara.
The Johnny Rock Show. Rockin' 101. The Rock